Good morning. This is your National Weather Service here in San Angelo, Texas, and this is your weather briefing for April 25th. For this weather briefing, the important updates are going to include the information for the severe weather tonight and some additional information for the severe weather on Saturday. So looking at our key points, we do have the potential for strong to severe thunderstorms late this evening and throughout the overnight hours into early tomorrow. The highest potential for severe weather will be across the northern big country, but we could see a line extend through much of the area, through the Concho Valley into the northern Edwards Plateau, and then continue east overnight. So the earliest timing of this line of storms is going to be around 11 p.m. this evening, but the most likely timing is going to be from midnight and then extending into the early morning hours, exiting our easternmost counties by around 9 a.m. tomorrow. So with any of the storms that develop, we could see very large hail up to 2.5 inches, damaging winds up to 70 miles per hour, and we could potentially see a few tornadoes with these storms. Now, as for the severe weather on Saturday, storms are expected to form in the late afternoon and then continue into the evening. Once again, all severe hazards will be possible: hail, winds, tornadoes, and also the potential for some excessive rainfall and flooding. Now, looking at the severe outlook for tonight, once again, we're expecting all the severe hazards: hail, wind, tornadoes. You can see we have that enhanced risk for our northern big country, and then the slight risk, which is a threat level of 2 out of 5, extends through much of the area, the Concho Valley, the rest of the big country, and some of the northern Edwards Plateau and Heartland area. So as these form, they will continue east. The southward extent of these storms is probably our biggest level of uncertainty. Most of the models are showing that the northern big country will see at least some storms, but the southward extent through the Concho Valley is kind of where we're hitting that uncertainty with those. So we are seeing some potential for the San Angelo area to see storms around midnight in those early overnight hours, but also some models are keeping it strictly to the north of us. So as we go into the late evening, if anyone needs some clarification on that, you feel free to give us a call and we can see what the models are trending towards. So looking at the hazards, we do have some hatched hail across much of our western counties. That hatching means that we have the potential for hail over 2 inches, up to around 2.5. You can also see that we have that 5% tornado across much of our eastern area and much of the big country as well. So all the threats have a very real possibility. Now looking at the timing, the storms will likely start in the big country, and then as we go into the early overnight hours, we can see some formation further south into the Concho Valley and into the northern Edwards Plateau, and then as we continue into the overnight hours, we'll see those progressing eastward, moving out of our area in the heartland, probably around San Saba, if they do form that far south around 9 a.m. Now looking at Saturday, once again we have a slight risk over a lot of our area, but this time it's covering the eastern half of our area, and we have an enhanced risk touching the northern big country again. So with these storms, we could see very large hail, damaging winds, and tornadoes once again, with the potential for strong tornadoes with this. We are going to have a pretty strong low-level jet forming in the late evening, and that could potentially help some tornado formation. So with any of this activity, we are expecting it to start in the late afternoon and then continue into the evening and overnight hours. We are expecting this to be a line of thunderstorms once again that will move through. And then along with the potential for hail, winds, and tornadoes, we do have the potential for flooding as well. You can see that we have that slight risk in the northern big country. Rainfall amounts this far out are still uncertain, but there is a medium chance around 30 to 60% in that area that we see over an inch of rain for those Saturday storms. So that is it for this weather briefing. I do want to mention that our technicians did get the San Angelo radar up and running, so we should have both radars operational for the severe weather tonight. If y'all have any questions, feel free to contact us at the office with that phone number. We're here 24/7, so feel free to give us a call. That's it. Have a good day.